The disappearance of a young girl in a quiet town caused a huge public outcry. There were no clues at the scene of her disappearance, and the case remained unsolved for nearly 500 days, until the perpetrator struck again. Diana Quer was born in 1998 in Madrid, the capital of Spain. She had a sister named Valeria. Diana's family was wealthy and well-respected. Her father was involved in the car business. After finishing school, Diana began her first steps in modeling and dreamed of becoming a model. In 2013, after 15 years of marriage, her parents divorced. The daughters took the separation hard. The parents did not part on good terms. They fought in court for custody and over dividing the property. In the end, the mother received custody of the girls, while the father would take them on weekends and vacations to a small town called A Pobra do Caramiñal, with a population of less than 10,000. He had a house there where Diana loved spending time. The weekends with their father were always great, and the daughters were happy. Eventually, the parents reconciled, and the mother started coming along on vacations with the daughters. On August 20th, 2016, the mother, Diana, and Valeria went to the father's house in A Pobra do Caramiñal. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Around 10 p.m. on August 21st, Diana told her mother she was going to a cultural park to meet some friends to celebrate a holiday. Her mother let her go. This was a quiet town with low crime. Diana had been visiting since she was 3 years old and knew the area well. That evening, the 18-year-old Diana did meet her friends at the event. But around 2:30 a.m., she said goodbye and headed home. No one ever saw her alive again. She never showed up in the morning. That was unlike her. Her mother tried to call, but Diana's phone was turned off. She had never disappeared for long before and always responded to calls. Her worried parents contacted the police. They stated that 18-year-old Diana would not have simply run away. Her life was going well, and there was no reason for her to flee. Besides, her belongings, documents, bank cards, and money were left at home. She only had about 20 euros with her. The police launched a search. Detectives interviewed Diana's friends from the party, but none of them knew where she could be. They said goodbye that night and hadn't seen her since. Police determined that Diana's phone was off and couldn't be tracked, but they did find the last known location, somewhere along the promenade she would have taken home. Detectives walked the entire route and focused their search near where the signal was last recorded. Search dogs were brought in, and investigators found a strand of hair that Diana's parents confirmed belonged to her. Nothing else was found. Police began looking for witnesses and any CCTV footage in the area. Unfortunately, there were no security cameras there. The area was deserted and dimly lit. Nearby stood an abandoned warehouse and a partly ruined nightclub. Diana's father's house was just 10 to 15 minutes away on foot. One witness came forward, saying he saw a girl matching Diana's description talking to a man. He thought they might know each other. Another witness saw a suspicious car, a gray Alfa Romeo, driving away from the area around 3 a.m. Police focused on identifying this man. Meanwhile, Diana's family distributed posters and posted her photo on social media in hopes someone would help the investigation. Investigators learned from one of Diana's friends that she had messaged her late that night. Diana said she was scared walking home. Someone was following her. Her final message said that the man had called out to her, and after that, she stopped responding. It's likely that this was the moment she was attacked. Police leaned toward the theory that she had been kidnapped. Rumors began to circulate in town that Diana had run away with a Moroccan man, and that she had returned home, packed a suitcase, and left. Her parents denied these rumors. Her clothes, documents, and bank cards remained untouched. Other rumors claimed that Diana often argued with her mother and sister, even to the point of physical fights, and that she had once run away and wanted to live with her father. Her parents denied this too. Under the weight of these rumors, Diana's mother and sister suffered nervous breakdowns. Already shaken by her disappearance, their condition worsened, and both were hospitalized in a psychiatric clinic for treatment. On October 28, 2016, a fisherman found an iPhone 6 in a river near a bridge. It turned out to be Diana's phone. Most disturbingly, someone had attempted to hack into it. The investigation hit a dead end. Police pursued every lead, including checking all the circulating rumors, but nothing concrete emerged. Investigators even examined the possibility that Diana's parents or sister were involved, but they were soon cleared of suspicion. Diana's whereabouts remained unknown. Police interviewed around 200 suspects who lived in the area and had a criminal record. One individual caught their attention. His car matched the description given by a witness who saw a suspicious vehicle near the location where Diana disappeared. Additionally, the suspect's phone records placed him both near that location and later near the bridge where Diana's phone had been found. This was unlikely to be a coincidence. The suspect was 41-year-old José Enrique Abuín, a married man with a daughter who worked at a fish canning factory. His wife initially provided him with an alibi, claiming he was home the night Diana vanished. José had a criminal record, having previously been convicted for drug dealing and domestic violence. He also lived near the river where Diana's phone was found. But since there was no concrete evidence against him at the time, police couldn't arrest him. Nevertheless, they considered him the primary suspect. Then, on December 25, 2017, an 18-year-old girl, whose name was not disclosed, called the police and reported being attacked by a stranger. She had been walking alone in the evening when a man approached, threatened her with a knife, and demanded her phone. She screamed for help as he tried to force her into the trunk of a gray Alfa Romeo. Two men nearby heard her cries and intervened, scaring off the attacker who fled. Police arrived quickly and brought the girl and the witnesses in for questioning. All three were able to describe the attacker and, crucially, they remembered the license plate number. The car was registered to none other than José Abuín, the main suspect in Diana Quer's disappearance. However, he still couldn't be arrested immediately because of the alibi his wife had given him. Interestingly, the girl who was attacked resembled Diana Quer. Police called in José's wife for another interview. They informed her about the new attack and the evidence pointing to José. This time, she recanted her previous statement. She admitted she had lied to protect her husband, as she believed he was incapable of such violence. She revealed that he had left their home around 10 p.m. that night and returned in the early morning hours, refusing to say where he had been. Without an alibi, José was arrested on December 29, 2017, nearly 500 days after Diana disappeared. When confronted with the evidence, José initially confessed to Diana's death but claimed it was an accident. He said he had hit her with his car while distracted by his music. Fearing arrest, he panicked and disposed of her body. No one believed this version of events. He then offered a second story. He had gone out at night to siphon gas from parked cars, and Diana, walking by, caught him in the act. He claimed she threatened to call the police, so he panicked and killed her. Again, the police doubted this explanation. It seemed highly unlikely that a teenage girl would threaten a strange man in the middle of the night in a deserted area. Moreover, if his story was true, how could he explain the attack on the second girl a year later? She hadn't threatened him. José had no answer for that. On December 31, 2017, José led police to the crime scene. A reconstruction was carried out. He showed them a dilapidated warehouse 15 kilometers from where he had abducted Diana. There, he said he dumped her body into a 10-meter deep well. He returned to the car, retrieved her bag, which contained sunglasses, headphones, earrings, and makeup, and threw it into the well along with his own clothes, fearing they might contain DNA evidence. Later, he came back to check on the body and found it had floated to the surface. He retrieved it, tied it down with 20 kilograms bricks, and sank it again. Investigators were puzzled at how José managed to navigate the warehouse and descend into the well in complete darkness while carrying a body. There was no electricity in the building, but it turned out he knew the location well. Police also discovered that the area had been meticulously cleaned with bleach in an attempt to remove traces of the crime. At the bottom of the well, police found more bricks, Diana's bag, pieces of duct tape, and other evidence. Diana's naked, bound body was recovered. After 500 days in water, it was badly decomposed. However, in her hair, they found zip ties likely used to strangle her. Despite the body's condition, a forensic expert determined that Diana had been strangled. Her hyoid bone was broken, and the positioning of her body suggested she had been tortured. There were also signs of sexual assault due to significant swelling in her genital area. The motive was determined to be sexual in nature. José was charged with rape and murder, as well as attempted kidnapping of the second girl. His trial began in January 2018. He confessed to both crimes. In court, he presented a new version of events. He said he had seen Diana walking alone and found her attractive. He stopped the car, pulled out handcuffs, attacked her, handcuffed her, and forced her into the car. She fought back, and he strangled her, claiming it was accidental. He then got scared and decided to dispose of the body. A psychiatric evaluation concluded that José was sane, fully aware of his actions, with normal cognitive and volitional abilities. However, he had low empathy and was unable to feel compassion. He showed no remorse for Diana's murder. The fact that he tried to kidnap another girl a year later, and might have killed her if no one had intervened, further confirmed the danger he posed. On April 1, 2019, José Enrique Abuín was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison, with a possibility of parole after 30 years. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you found the story interesting. Also, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Thanks for watching.